Q&A. Okay, guys, Q&A now or other stuff like that. But you know, today's just a fun day. I'm hungry. Gonna make some lunch. YouTube. I love the lag. Lag's fun. I like having lag. I can. Gotta make some lunch. I'm starving. I'm gonna make some lunch. Lunch. Okay, Mom, I'm gonna make some lunch. Okay, I'm gonna make some dinner. Okay. I'll not dinner. Okay. Sauce. Only the whole damn jar. I wish I had some money. I hate when analog TV. Oh wow! Hey. Wait. After 11 years, is that true? Is that? Huh. That's a good question. Back in 2009, I switched up the analog TV set. Is analog still on the air in 2021? That's a good question. Because I do know this for a fact, guys, okay? When the digital switch happened in 2009, there was one TV station around here where I was living was still in the air. TCT, which was a church channel out of Kalamazoo, that was still broadcasting in analog until December of 2009. How I know that, because back then I saw the converter box. I was curious. One channel was still, this here. Channel 3, which was CBS, and Channel 17, which was Fox, they were still broadcasting analog. Well, actually, they had the bar. So this, actually, Channel 3 had this said in the bar, this TV is not rated for, okay, well, WMT and WXMI, okay? Both of them were different stations. One was CBS, one was Fox. I do remember saying, it was staticky. It said the box saying, this TV is not rated for digital conversion. 8 was static. That was it. 8 and 41 were static, which were our ABC affiliate. And we also picked up South Bend. We never picked up South Bend that much, but, you know. But that's a good question. This was done 1 week ago. Is analog still around in 2021? I do know I actually did DDX recently, and we did pick up something, but that was a few months ago. I'm curious, Beck. I want to see if this is true though. If analog's still in there, because some places, like in Canada, they didn't change over yet. To my knowledge, some places like Canada never actually switched over to digital. I mean, it's been around since '95, but.
Hey everyone, it's Tyler, the Antenna Man, and today I'm going to show you some of the last analog TV stations still on the air.
The Antenna Man. Okay, I'm gonna look you up. I might watch you here. The Antenna Man.
The Antenna Man of Mid-Michigan. Here you are.
No. The YouTube channel. Antenna Man. It was done about 1 week ago. So he looks interesting. I'm going to subscribe to him.
In the United States. Many of you may think that analog TV has been gone since the digital transition of 2009.
Over 10.
That's not exactly the case.
11 years?
I took a trip to upstate New York to locate some of these analog TV stations still on the air. How can this be? Are
Canada.
these TV stations even legal? Stay tuned to find out.
I know parts of Canada still do analog TV. They never switch to digital. Wait, yes and no.
If you're a cord cutter or into antennas, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell icon to receive notifications. Give this video a thumbs up if you think this is interesting content. I think analog TV still in the air in the US is a pretty interesting topic.
I need to contact him. Hey, I'm interested in. I will one of these days have to contact him and tell him, hey, I'll text him. Hey, I should tell him that. I mean, who knows if I do anything.
So a brief history about analog television in the United States. Back on June 12th of 2009, all full-power TV stations were required to shut off their old analog signal and broadcast exclusively in digital. Low-power TV stations that broadcast either a signal their own or repeat a full-powered signal were exempt from this transition.
Oh, really?
Originally, the plan for these stations was to convert to digital back in 2012. That date was pushed back several times, mainly due to the huge mess the FCC repack created for broadcasters. The final deadline for low-powered TV stations to shut off their analog signal, whether they have a digital signal on the air or not, is July 13th of this year, 2021. While most low-powered TV stations transitioned to digital several years ago, there are still some that are broadcasting in analog. Many
mostly Canada.
Channel 6 as radio stations or Franken FMs. The audio portion of an analog TV station that broadcasts on Channel 6 is 87.7 on the radio dial. That's why some of you may remember being able to hear your local Channel 6 on the radio several years ago.
It wasn't my Channel 6. My Channel 6 doesn't. We don't have. Okay, you see here. Michigan. You see here, we got Alaska, Phoenix, Vancouver. Okay, Chicago. WRMELP with Chicago and nothing else. Now, where I live, we didn't have Channel 6. Where we live still, we don't have Channel 6. We have Channel. I don't know what Channel 6 even is. I mean, we had Channel 6 for a short time, but I don't know what Channel 6 was based out of. I mean, back then we had 3 Fox. Before we went digital, we had 3 Fox. Okay, before we went digital, we had 3 Fox stations. 3 Fox stations. 2 CBS, which still have 2 CBSs, and we actually had 3 NBC stations. We still do. We used to have 3 NBC stations. That was cool. But still, back in the internet, there was nothing on TV.
It's the same concept, except these stations are strictly operating as a radio station with very limited video content. You'll see exactly what I mean later in this video. I took a trip to locate some of these analog stations that are still in the air. To plan it took some research. I looked up low-power TV stations in states around me and saw several in New York. Most of the TV stations already had transitioned to digital, but some of these stations still had analog call letters. I knew my trip would be
TV, not DT.
A lot of times, the FCC filings of the TV station aren't up to date. Analog call letters may be used, but the station could have turned off that signal long ago. It's a risk I was willing to take. I first traveled to Binghamton, New York. According to Wikipedia and the FCC database, 2 analog TV stations were there. WB.
I'll be right back. Oh, My Network TV, which back then we called it Channel 69. when my network TV came out, it was called My Machine. It was called My Machine. It was based in Indiana. It was based on Channel 69, which CBS owns, which ABC 57 owns now. Okay, oven's ready. Shit. That was a dumb idea. Okay, there we go. Hey. Look at Bosco's. They're doing something else too. Hey guys, this is pretty interesting. Analog TV is still around in 2021. Now, analog signals got turned off in June, almost 7 years ago. Now, I think this is pretty neat though. My Network TV, WPN, RBC down here. I mean, our station was called WYM. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. Channel 69, I'm South Bend.
My Network TV affiliate on Channel 10. And WXXWLP broadcasting as a Franken FM with an urban oldies format. When I was about 10 miles from Binghamton, I tuned my car stereo to 87.7 FM. I heard static and lost hope that either station was broadcasting in analog.
Silly humans and their cooler from Sierra. I bury my food all over the place.
So, if analog TV is still around, that's surprising. Because when Ben did it in 2012, there was a Univision station near him. It was still broadcasting in Denver.
As I got closer, I began to hear something on 87.7. The audio was very low, but something was there. Take a listen. I took the first available exit, pulled into a parking lot, and brought out my 39-year-old Panasonic television TV.
Wow, I had one of those.
The Franken FM had a very weak signal.
But no, that's small.
I could barely make out the picture, but something was there. Just for the hell of it, I tuned to Channel 10, assuming there would be nothing, because after all, what TV station would still be broadcasting in analog? To my complete shock, there it was, a real TV station broadcasting an analog signal. I checked into a hotel up on a hill with good line of sight of the broadcast tower to kind of document this station that was still on the air. Here's what I was able to pick up in my hotel room after trying several different locations for the TV. Watch as I adjust.
Maury!
I tuned to the Franken FM on VHF Channel 6, and you can see it had a very weak signal despite being only 4 miles away from the broadcast tower. I connected a larger antenna and tuned back to the VHF Channel 10, but the signal still was not the best. It turns out WBPN LP broadcast a whopping 4 watts ERP. That's right, 4 watts.
Wow.
I spent the evening enjoying the fuzzy picture that will be gone forever in a few months. Note the interference on the VHF band shown as these little moving dots. I'm going to stop talking for a bit and let you enjoy Family Feud on this analog TV station.
We ask 100 single men, name something married men have that as far as you're concerned, they can keep.
Jockstrap.
Jockstrap. That's a nice little TV you got there, dude. Wow, got better when he does that. I seen this one.
You probably forgot what an analog signal looks like, but here it is side by side with an HD signal. You can clearly see why it's no longer around. Besides the better picture quality, a TV station can broadcast multiple stations on a single RF channel in digital. In my area alone, there's 10 channels, including WFMZ, PBS 39, WBPH, and some other channels, all on one single RF channel.
Dang.
The next day, I drove downtown to see if I could get a better...
Here we have WMT, CW7, and Comet are all on one channel. Then we have Wood TV8, which owns 3 channels. They own NBC, ABC, which is on 2 different channels, and we also have My Network TV, WZZM, WXSP the X, And then Channel 13, which is also ABC. I mean, I'll tell you guys later, but yeah, this is pretty neat though.
Of both channels. The Franken FM was much clearer. I was able to finally make out what was being broadcast. It was a random picture with the music playing in the background. The volume level of the Franken FM was much lower than other FM radio stations. Just listen to the difference. That very special way. The signal of WBPN LP was a bit clearer downtown as well, but not the best. 4 watts can only go so far. At this point in my trip, I was happy. I found 2 TV stations broadcasting an analog both in the same area, one of which actually had content that was worth watching. I was on the fence about heading home or traveling further up north to see if there were more analog TV stations out there. I made a YouTube post and most of you said you wanted to see more, so I traveled up north towards Syracuse. A CW station with the call letters WSTQLP was shown online. Unfortunately, it was not on the air in analog when I arrived. Despite this, I did find another Franken FM broadcasting a gospel format on VHF Channel 6. Take a look. I continued north towards Watertown, New York.
Watertown.
My goal was to pick up a Canadian TV station broadcasting an analog on VHF Channel 2. At first, I did not pick up anything. I thought it was off the air. But when I drove up a hill, I was able to lock in a picture. Take a look.
Canada's different though, guys. Canada still does broadcast in analog. I know that for a fact. Read it somewhere. That's neat. Analog TV's still around. Analog TV's still around. Analog TV. Yeah, talking about it, with all this with New York and all that. Be careful. Thanks, Mom. Thank you. A little longer. I'll put that in for 10 seconds and then. So yeah, guys, I'm getting my lunch ready. I mean, my dinner ready. I mean, thanks to someone, I'm not gonna say who, so we're cheese sandwich I was gonna cook. So Global, the Canadian channel.
I couldn't find a hotel in the area where I could lock in the signal, so I decided to end my trip and head home. Very satisfied with the results.
3 channels.
If you miss the static and fuzz of analog TV, like I do, time is running out to check out some of the last remaining analog TV stations still on the United States. The final shutoff date for these stations is July 13th of this year, 2021. The regular TV stations will likely convert to digital and not blink an eye. What will happen to the Franken FMs is still up in the air.
I know what happens to Franken M's. M's are gone. I mean, okay. I should tell him, hey, I should like.
Hey everyone, it's Tyler the Antenna Man, and today I'm going to show you some of the last analog TV stations still on the air in the United States. Many of you may think that analog TV has been gone since the digital transition of 2009. That's not exactly the case. I took a trip to upstate New York to locate some of these.
You can pick up. I mean, I picked up. Who knows? But it's surprising the analog's still around.
Most of you probably don't care about the 2 I showed in this video, one with the gospel format and one with the urban oldies format. However, Chicago has a very popular Franken FM that's consistently in the top 10 radio stations in the area. The station is WRME-LP, broadcasting locally on Channel 6 as soft oldies Me TV FM on 87.7 FM. The owners proposed a rule change to the FCC that would allow them to broadcast an analog audio signal on 87.7 megahertz alongside the digital signal they will have to convert to in July. The approval of this rule change is still unknown at this time. For those of you who want to plan a trip to see some of the last remaining analog TV stations on the air in the United States and
Too far.
Canada, I attached a link to a post I made in the description of this video.
Too dang far to go.
It contains viewer confirmation, thanks to you guys, of analog TV stations that are still on the air. Thanks for watching this YouTube video.
I have a big old
Huge
box.
thanks to Mike, Christian, Jimmy, Martin, Joanne.
It's pretty neat though that they still have them. I mean, no offense though, but analog TV is dead for a reason. I mean, would I wish it's still around? Yeah, I wish analog TV was still around, but you know, you can't deal with what you want. I mean, back in my day, I mean, it was cool to have. Okay, let's see here. Top Gear, trucks, YouTube. All right. I mean, she got fat too. Her and her kid got fat when she got fired. She looked for a new job.
Okay, you must now demonstrate your
Back in a minute.
driving skills by power sliding your trucks around. I presume it means that skid pad.
What's the point? You can't power slide lorries anyway. Technically, you can't power slide anything.
Well, to prove that it's possible, you will now watch a demonstration by our tame racing driver. Some say that his favourite all-time tune is Forever Autumn by Justin Hayward, and that he has the world's largest collection of pornographical material. All we know is he's not a Stig, but he is the Stig's lorry-driving cousin. Look, he's got lorry driver's son.
Oh, son, I see, yes.
He's really as big as American Stig. Yeah.
Greg Stig climbed into his tuned man and set off.
Ah, that feels so good.
Fantastic. Run for your lives! Run for your lives! So, James, what do you reckon? You can do that? Piece of cake.
Gingerly, we hit the skid pad.
Now, you see this strip up here, I can't really see where I'm going.
Take the outside line, second gear, high range.
Now, power sliding, it's easy in a car. Turning, no power on. No, that's not gone as well as I'd hoped.
Here we go. Slide! Come on, you're a racing truck. This is what you should be good at. I've been bullet! Shivered on my own bonnet.
Left foot braking, there's the answer.
That didn't work, so I gave it more welly. And that really didn't work.
No! No! Ah!
Yeah, I'll do some of that.
Doesn't work. Meanwhile, Renault.
Come on! Spin! Ah! Yes! Ah! Ow! It's this lorry driving, it turns out, is quite a lot harder than I thought.
You're going front to back as well?
Yeah, the gear lever's gone up my arse.
Right, okay.
After the gear lever had been removed from Jeremy's bottom, we moved on to the next challenge.
Lorry driving feet.
I've lost the suspension link that's just come off.
On your leg.
No, on the lorry.
You will now drive to Millbrook's high-speed bowl.
Ah, you see, I told you there'd be a speed test.
But first, you must hitch up a trailer and then get there via the Alpine handling course.
That's hundreds of miles.
It's not, it's here, you idiot. It's just over there.
This is where car makers test the handling of their new models. It's also where James Bond rolled his Aston Martin in Casino Royale.
Looks real watery.
Huge fun. In a lorry? It probably isn't.
From the moment you arrive at the Alpine course, you have 3 minutes to get round. You will also need to drive smoothly because your trailer is full of valuables. Valuables. They weren't kidding. Richard's trailer contained a car that hadn't been fastened down. Mine contained an enormous wedding cake. And in Jeremy's, there was some straw, which didn't seem so bad. But at the other end, there was an electric fire. First, though, we had to get the trailers attached to our lorries.
Now, where's my truck? There's no back window.
Right, I don't see why this would be all that difficult.
Where's that there? Yeah. Hammond, being familiar with farmyard machinery, was confident of a quick hitch-up. Us two, however...
Well, where does that go?
Didn't think this would be difficult, and it's not. It's done.
The space between the cab, yours is done.
Yeah.
If a lorry driver can do that, why isn't he a brain surgeon?
Scale.
You know how it's finished? Looking smart. You're looking smart.
Eventually, some men came to help James and I, which gave me a chance to mend my window.
Why are you doing that?
I just can't see where I'm going.
But didn't you think of that when you put it on?
No.
Finally, we were ready to go.
Away we go. Oh.
You know I've done it, I've finished.
Yeah, what?
You know that bit?
Maybe the pin's broken.
No.
It could just be a faulty bracket that holds the...
No. Okay, you're in there.
Eventually, we were ready to go again.
Sorry about that. Right, we're off.
Forgive me for saying this, but how hard can it be? So somebody bring the forklift back.
So, third time lucky.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Oi!
It was just over a mile from the hitching point to the Alpine course, but that was enough to give us a taste of what it's like to be a real lorry driver. For starters, there's the sheer number of gears.
First into first and a half.
Second,
2.5.
In a car, you can go from 1,000 RPM to 7,000, 8,000. In this, it's 1,200 to 1,500. Then you have to change gear. 300 revs.
Get in.
get in.
Oh,
And when you finally reach 18th gear, you get carved up, and you have to start all over again.
now I've just been overtaken by someone who's now slowed down.
Thank you, but don't stop!
Oh, that's the car.
Why can't it just be... First and a half.
Just let the lorry go. Always let the lorry go.
Light up your new year with a top-rated Cadillac. Or choose the
Here in America, we use. I mean, if you live in Canada, most of you are used to using Super 10. Here in the US, we use 10. UK and Canada use 18 or more years.
Eventually, we arrived at the start of the Alpine course, which also meant our first encounter with a hill.
Jeremy, you've only got 2 feet.
Every time I come off the brake, in order to get onto the throttle, which you have to do, it rolls backwards.
For about 8 meters. Try using the handbrake like you would in, oh, I don't know, a car.
The twists and turns of the Alpine course were waiting for us, and eventually we got our trucks lined up on the start line.
Get in gear, come on!
No. Yes.
It's a drag race between me and Captain Slow. Come on, Magnum!
Oh God! Lately, in the heat of battle, James and Jeremy had completely forgotten about their delicate cargoes.
Clarkson's got the inside line.
Oh, it's getting a bit narrow here.
No!
Oh, Lord. Yes, I've got Slow.
After my poor start, I too had little concern for my precious load.
Sounds like a charging rhino running up and down the trailer behind me.
Back at the front, Slow was refusing to give in.
Oh, that's close. Oh!
I'm going to take him here. I've got a plan.
I can't turn in there.
Ah, you weren't ready for that, Slow. Help. Carries his. Whoa! 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 That was. I didn't want to do what I just did. I'm in the lead!
Unfortunately, in all the excitement, I forgot to change down for the steep hill.
No! No! It's staying on me! No! You!
Does understeer this lorry.
Right, gonna change ratios. Next box, there you go. Gonna go with these things. Suddenly you start to feel just how much power they have got to give. Yeah! Snap gear changes.
Captain Clumsy had severed my airlines and all the brakes were jammed on.
I absolutely hope James May wakes up in the morning and 10,000 insects are in his underpants.
In exactly just over 3 minutes, I was the first to finish.
Hey, now let's have a look at your cake.
That's what he is. He is the clumsiest man in the known world.
I'll just straighten it up a bit.
Alan, meanwhile, was just watching the finishing line.
I'll be honest, I think like the headlamps, tail lamps, because I heard a clunk at that end, and then a clunk at that end, and then a lot more clunks, and then it stopped a lot smoother and smoother. Headlights are going to be smashed to bits. Then look. Yes, I know. It's bad, I'm sorry.
But it's worse than that.
I was now on the move again and flying.
Now, come on, up the hill. Is that bad for my points?
Yeah. Well, more to the point, where is it?
Don't know.
Then Jeremy arrived.
You're on fire! We got the next challenge, lads. How can you be this rough?
This is totally... So anyway, how was your car?
Carl's stolen. Yeah,
That's what